You talk about this, and I think the reason you were banned from most airwaves is because people dared to say that you were making light of and even advocating the abuse of children sexually.
When you are a journalist for a major national publication, you very quickly become aware of your power and the consequences of your actions. You write things in headlines that people later repeat in simplified or exaggerated fashion. And with that carries an enormous amount, it's a great burden of responsibility. So for instance, I mean, first of all, imagine how sick it is where someone is clearly making light of their own, you know, let's say using comedy to get through their experiences, right? Which a lot of people do.
Which you did, because here you are talking about this experience as a young man.
And not just that, but I'm trying to help others too by sharing that comedy.
Correct.
Like I could have just made the jokes at home. You know, I've been perfectly happy. I could make them at home to my husband. Making light of that, you know, as Joan Rivers did perhaps, to help others deal with similar pain, right? And so I'm laughing and joking about something that happened to me. And they tried to pretend, not just that I was soft on it because of the jokes, but tried to present me as an advocate for
NAMBLA.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, it was started by conservatives, not the left, but the left then kind of ran with this. And here's what happens when you do that.
Wait a minute. Conservatives started these attacks on you?
Yes.
Can you be more specific? Can we say who?
Yes. Several writers at National Review and a number of other well-known establishment conservatives who have banded together under the name the Reagan Battalion, who...
Or did they hate you because they're never Trumpers?
Yes. Yes. Everything bad that has happened to me has been in revenge for Trump, because I was one of the 7 people who put him in office. And that sounds like a ridiculously grandiose thing to say, but it's a fact. And I made Trump cool. And I made being Republican cool for a while. And I have never been forgiven for it by either side. And what happened in culture, the memes, the blah, 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 I was the epicenter of that. So I, of course, became the #1 hate figure for millennial leftists. And they hate me as much as they hate Trump. But so do establishment Republicans. Because remember, I was working at Breitbart. It's kind of like Breitbart's, you know, modus operandi, it's raison d'etre, you know, it is aggressive, and, you know, establishment. It's, you know, against establishment. So you see in attacks on me just the same level of vitriol from the establishment right. It's the Bill Kristols of this world and the John Podderetzes. These are the people who really hate me the most. And I hate them the most. You know, the leftists are just misguided and wrong and sick, but Republicans are traitors. The establishment Republicans are traitors. And that, in my view, is worse. And so it's certainly a lower rung of hell, if you believe Dante's architecture of hell. So anyway, it spiraled out from there. And what now happens every time, as you mentioned, you know, when you said you were thinking about having me on or whatever it was, every time my name's mentioned online, unfailingly, somebody will comment, "Oh, do you mean the pedophile?"
Yeah.
If I were anyone other than me, kind of professional, whatever, right? That is life destroying.
Right.
You have no life after that. You are unemployable.
Right.
You are unsafe in the street.
Yeah.
Now, that's the consequence of maliciously, dishonestly presenting what everyone knew I had done as support for child abuse.
Well, it's one of the reasons.
Imagine the sickness of taking a victim and accusing that victim of being pro the crime that was done to him, and then amping up the charge. Yeah. And then, you know, that is
Well, it is one
demented.
of the reasons, maybe the principal reason I wanted to have you on this program, because it disgusts me nearly as much as it disgusts you and should disgust everyone. And I wanted you to be able at least to say what you've just said. So thank you. I guess...
Do you know how many media organizations allowed me to come and to explain that point at the height of the controversy? I did a press conference. It was fed live to every channel in the country and many internationally. It was CNN, Fox, all the cable news channels were running it live for a long time. Yeah. Do you know how many news organizations invited me for an interview to give my side of the story? 0. Not one. Not Fox. Nobody on the left.
What has happened? Fox confuses me because well, I don't know. What are your views?
I say my side of the story.
They don't have
it's a
you.
two-edged issue, but it isn't.
The truth.
Yes. To correct the lie. No, nobody. No, well, not one.
But no one will have you on. I mean, I wonder why I'm foolish enough to have you on. We'll be right back talking to Milo Yiannopoulos.